Good morning, everybody. Should have everything set up here. Just double checking how that works. Awesome. Made it here on time. 5 minutes to go until the competition starts. Spartans, hello. Good afternoon, Dub, and all the present box builders. Rachel says hi, Dub. Hello, Rachel. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Black Hole says good luck to Dub and the Dubbers. Dave says hello, Dub. Hello, Dave. Hello, Black Hole. Hello, Mary NG. Good morning. Herp says hi, all. Good luck, have fun with this difficult meta. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's gonna be fun for me, but I know there's probably some people who are really not gonna like this competition. I did practice for this on Thursday before the update even went live. I was pretty much completely done practicing by Thursday. Obviously, on Friday, I did my final test to make sure everything worked, but everything did end up working. I don't think I did any tweaks on Friday. I just ran it. I turned on the boxing facilities to make the present boxes and it works. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm already done. That's awesome. And yeah, I was hoping to have more time to dedicate for like a no NFC build during the weekend, but it ended up not happening. Also, I wasn't really as motivated to do it. I probably could have done it. Like I saw it in the video, but I just ended up not doing it. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how many people end up figuring out their own present box build without having anything to base it off of, right? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Homeboy says, hey Dub, good day, good luck. Looking forward to your build and raid, of course. 28, hello, welcome. Where am I at right now? I'm in the practice server. I deleted my build. I started a brand new town, which happens to have 87 mil. Don't ask me how that happened. It just happened. But as you can see, this is going to be the starting biome, right? I don't think there's anything missing from here. My plan is probably, maybe not today, it depends, but there is a no NFC build that I do want to make here. It's not going to be my design, it'll be somebody else's design, and then I will probably make a video out of that, but that's probably going to be out on the last day of the competition or after the competition ends, right? So it's probably not going to help you if you're waiting for a build. But let me go ahead and get out of here because like the competition is going to start in 2 minutes. So I want to be in the menu. You know how long it takes for this to load, if it even loads. Jaco says, hello, Dub. Hello, Dub. Hello, Jaco. Low stakes slots. Hey, Dub. Is there a Vox competition this week? Not that I know of. I've not heard any details for the next Vox competition. Vexy competition. I think I saw like unofficial details about a Vexy update. Can't remember where that was, but even that didn't mention like a date for the next competition. Let me see, can I pull up Discord here? No, I gotta fix it. I'm not going to read all this, and I also don't know where this person got this information from, but the next Vexy update might include something that has to do with more Vexies for your more spider tank related Vexies, some new feature called Vexy Affinities, like certain buildings prefer certain Vexies and they get more points or something. Yeah, but I've not heard if that's an actual official announcement. I don't know where this person got this information from. And something about the sales are going to be vacation themed. That's just a quick summary of that, yeah. But we're here for the Town Start competition. Juxies, hello. Cecil, hi Dub. Hello, Cecil. Okay, I got my visualizer pulled up as well. Mr. Troopa, hey Dub, hey everyone, have a great competition. Thank you, Mr. Troopa. You as well, have a great one. Just a few seconds ago. Rog is here. What's up, Rog? Hey Dub, this meta is less difficult than I initially thought. Some people think that too, but I think that's the people who have like a good amount of NFTs. Is that right? Rog, like what rate are you going for? Like that'll give me an idea of how many NFTs you have, like depending on what number you tell me. Because for the people who did figure this out with little to no NFTs, they think it's difficult. Maybe they thought it was easier than they initially thought also, but it is still difficult. Like, to me, like for my personal build that I'm going to build here, it was actually fairly easy, but that's because I have all the corrupted stands for all the grapes and the glass bottles, so like there's not a whole lot for me to balance here. To me, it's mostly a decorated cake build. Jayco's 12 to 15 per hour. That's pretty decent. Alina, hey Dub, hey everyone, good luck. Same to you, Alina. Here we are in the competition. Morris says good luck, have fun, y'all. So for my cash strategy, probably still I'm gonna do glass bottles. I just want to go ahead and set them up like where they're going to be in the end. That way I don't have to move stuff around that much. And I don't have all my glass factories, so it's not going to be like completely as efficient as it should be. But I don't need a crazy amount of cash for this. I could also do Grape Rush, but like, why would I do that? I could do Cheese Rush, though. That sounds kind of weird, but like, I could do that. I might set that up right after I set up the glass bottles. Or I could just sell Peanut Noir. Probably will give me all the cash that I need. My build will use a lot of roads. I've seen some other people's designs, those of you who decided to share it in the Dub Guild. Some of you guys are not using like almost any roads. But mine does use a lot of roads, okay? Might not be as efficient, but it does look clean. Morris says doing 90 to 100. No, I am not. I'm actually doing a little bit more than that. Oops. Go. Setting up my lumber mills first right here, but I really should be setting up my glass factories first. Let's get this out the way. All right, okay. Next. I'm gonna try to go for just like a small Peanut Noir rush. Wine rush. You're correct. 15 is my target. Not too many NFTs, but way better than doing ice blocks. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty decent rate as well. Yeah, that would imply that you have like a decent amount of NFTs. Because yeah, I mean, it turned out it's not as difficult as Stackbox. I think we could have figured that out right from the start. But it also wasn't as difficult as I thought. Like, I was thinking you can maybe get 3 per hour with no NFCs and probably not more than 4, but no, I was wrong. Like, you can do more than that. I mean, some people were getting a little bit more than 6 per hour, so they said. That's strange. All right. Well, it's kind of all over the place right here at the start, but okay, I mean, that should be good. Yeah. Okay, I'm already making glass bottles. These are going to be making Pinot Noir. Which means I need the Pinot Noir sand, but that's going to go here. Yeah. Right, and then I need oak barrels. So I'll use a Stylen Ride for the passive iron. And then I just need some oak wood. I'll go ahead and turn all these on. Though I don't need that many oak barrels right now. Oaken Shield, good morning. Mistletoe Arch will reduce the craft time of the oak wood by 50%. And I'm also going to be using legendary oak tree farms. Can't remember if the ancient grand oaks did anything. Probably not. Yeah, at least I got my Hatchet Hank and my juniors down. Alright, let's turn on Miranda skins. Glass factory cards. Corrupted packs. Not the fastest start. I mean, I don't practice the rushes or the startups, but should still be okay. Oh. Want to check the town hall down here. Oak barrels should be getting stored in the big warehouse. Okay, there we go. I am making Pinot Noir. It's gonna be like a small rush, but it'll make me some cash. I'm gonna get rid of this stuff right here. Wilson says hi. Hello, Wilson. Welcome. I'll put this at 10 for now, just so I can use the depot. Trying to update town offline, of course. Go ahead and put up my dragon. It's nice background music, yeah. I get rid of all this stuff that I don't need. Satvic Official says, good luck, guys. Right, I'll keep on putting some roads down, and then I will have a good idea of where I'll have my birdhouses and my rose bushes. Oh, and the jets. Yeah. I need a little bit more cash, though. I could place the roads down faster than this. I'm just trying not to lag it out to the point where I would have to refresh. Like, I don't want that to happen. So I gotta be a little bit careful here. That time you must number 1. Which time are you talking about? I could never number 1 though, cause there's people that have more NFCs than me. And I would even say they are better at the game than I am. Now, I don't want to put the chicken down yet. Let me do this. Chicken coops will go here somewhere, but I'll have a little bit of space right there for the fundamental storage, and then I can put my jets down, the Air Force badges. It's gonna look weird right now, like why am I placing them like this, right? But it'll make sense later. Okay, back to placing roads. What did I say? That it's usually the same people getting the top placements? I mean, it's true, right? Good morning, Zebor. Well, now it's afternoon for me, but yeah, you know what I mean. Good morning, good afternoon. Let's replace these. Did I actually turn on the corrupted packs? I said I was going to. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. So circus goes right there. And there's going to be another circus up here. It's going to be for all my windmills. Those are windmills. Road right here. All right. Now I'll put down the birdhouses and the rose bushes. Ryan Maxwell, hello. I think I saw your comment earlier on the video saying this meta was gonna suck. So it seems like the people who usually do Stackbox on the Anything Goes competitions, it wasn't too difficult for them to figure this one out. And I agree with that, because like for me, it wasn't too difficult for me to figure this one out either. Like I basically got this on the first real try. I tested a bunch of things beforehand, like I always do. Like I always try to test how much salt can I actually make. Okay, since I can make this much salt, now I have a better idea of how much of the present box I can actually make. So how much chocolate bars can I make, or how much milk can I make? I test stuff like that before I or while I am in the process of creating what would be my final design. And once I got to that final design, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I still have to tweak some stuff, right? Like trying to get the right amount of lumber and wooden boxes. But I didn't have to change up the design too much from my initial rough draft of the idea. Eddie, hello. Hey buddy, let's rock and roll. And yes, sir, this one's going to be rough, yeah. Alright, there's a couple of things that I need to turn on still. The Grapevine Express, that'll help my tables craft faster, but I also need to put down the Sommelier Vineyard. Sommelier Vineyard, there we go. Because that reduces the craft time by 50% also. Because I see I have the glass bottles and the oak barrels. I already sold a couple of glass bottles. But I could be making the Pinot Noir faster if I had that placed. So let's change this to 25. I'll go ahead and change this to 25 also. 25 here. I don't need the oil seep. I'll go ahead and get rid of that. Now what I should be making is some lumber. So I will have this one make lumber as well as this one. I also need to be making energy. I need a couple more roads first. So many roads. Yeah, I think that's all the roads too. 63 roads. As you can see, I'm basically doing like a 4 road setup with 3 gaps in the middle. This road I need it because I'll have 2 windmills next to it. A Tesla coil and an energy storage, since I'll need energy to build other stuff. A couple of things I should place down temporarily, even though we're almost 20 minutes in here. Oopsie for more cash. Giant Christmas tree. Like I said, I don't need too much cash, but like I'm not like making as much wine as I could have been making. Stars and Stripes will also make everything cheaper here. I want to get rid of that. Use my crane bots. Getting the lumber to build everything shouldn't be that hard because I'm also gonna have a lot of logger houses and a lot of tree farms. I'll start with that. Place that one, huh? That's not actually a tree farm. There we go, 20 legendary tree farms. I am using all of them for this. Basically the power of 30 regular tree farms. Yeah, storing wood, that's fine. I'll turn on guided blades because it will help me make lumber a little faster. The way I have these light circuses placed down, it's going to remove all the shade from these 10 windmills. So these 10 windmills at the bottom will be the ones crafting salt. I have the silo right here and a bunch of salty salt fields. And these 10 windmills are going to be crafting flour. They're going to have 2 passive wheat from the legendary wheat stand right here, which I'm not going to place down yet. I can place that down later and I can just turn these on for now. Okay, there's 3 more logger houses. By the way, did anybody here happen to get the Nintendo Switch 2? Seeing as it came out on Thursday? Or is that not your thing? Oh, why did I do that? That's actually placed correctly. Okay. So this light circuit only removes the shade from these 6 windmills. Sugarcane stands, of course, for the passive sugarcane. This light circus, however, the heck am I doing? That's the sugar station. That's not the freaking light circus. Alright. This light circus is going to be like a quarter off. So it will remove the shade from these windmills. Even this one, but it only removes 25 shade from these 2 spots. The reason I can't have a windmill here is because it would still have shade casted on it, because there's just so many windmills casting shade on this tile. So that's why I just have a storehouse there. But it has to be a quarter tile off, that way I can have the sugarcane stand right here. And I believe it was this spot that had 2.75 sugarcane. Yeah, that's what the visualizer says. These two have 2.75 sugarcane, which rounds up to 3. Because if you know Gala math, 2.5 rounds to 2, but 2.75 rounds to 3. Since all the logger houses are built, so are all the windmills. I have a bunch of wood. I can do the chocolate shops. I use the chocolate fountains for passive cocoa. I'll go ahead and turn that on too. Okay, I need to build 4 wineries. Before I build the wineries, I'm going to turn on the thrifty winery. If you have a thrifty winery blueprint, make sure to turn that on before you build any of the wineries. It could be easy to forget, right? But it will make them cheaper, both cash-wise and material-wise. The cakeries are pretty expensive. So that's probably what I'm gonna have to wait on. Bakery down here. And I'll put 2 up here. Okay. What's my wine rate? 250? Hmm. I'll go ahead and do the cows and the chickens. Might screw up my wood rate a little, but it looks like I'm still overproducing wood. Meanwhile, I turned on all my blueprints. Well, that's probably what you should be doing. I don't do that, but yeah. Also, I don't want to do that for this competition. There are some blueprints that I need to make sure are turned off when I'm done. For balancing reasons. You don't always want to have all your blueprints on. There are reasons why you wouldn't want to have them on to help you balance your build better. Because I only need one sauce facility and one mixing tent for the cheese production. And thankfully I have NFTs for those, even if it's just one. And the husk rice stand is gonna come in helpful here again, so I don't need the husk rice for the white rice. This mixing tent has one passive energy from the diamond charge station right here. So that'll make white rice, and this sauce facility will make rice vinegar. It does have the one passive sugarcane from this Christmas sugarcane stand. It does have the passive water from the river. And this table of appreciation will be the one making cheese. Only needs one milk per cheese. So I should be able to make cheese and start selling that. I don't need that much more cash though. But might as well start it now. Could go ahead and start making some sugar here with the sugar stations. At least this won't impact my wood rate. So they can both drop off sugar right here. Ooh, I hear the thunderstorming starting. Pretty rainy all week. I haven't had the power go out since it started storming like 2 days ago, so that hasn't been an issue, but you never know. Oh well, my crane belts are waiting on me. Well, go ahead and put down all the cakeries. Little over half an hour in, I am pretty much almost done. Is there actually anything else I need to build? I think it's just placing down a couple more NFTs. Damn, this will be really fast. This will be faster than I thought. And like, I wasn't even going that fast either. The only tractors I'll use are these two twin tractors. That's going to pick up all the brine that I need from the salty salt fields, which I still need to place down. I'll go ahead and start working on that. Let me fix that. Gotta finish this before the storm kicks me out. I don't think it will though. Now. Yeah, since we don't have an ocean, either you would have a bunch of red timer salt fields, or if you have the right NFTs, you would want to use Haunted Maze Zone 3 or Salty Salt Fields to help you out here. So that's most of them. I need to check if there's anything else I needed to build, or if it's just placed down a couple out of NFTs. Like I need several cakeries, but 2 of them I don't have to build because I have NFT versions for them. Boxing facility, still getting built. Okay. Yeah, that's just waiting on lumber. I'll have a lolly and pop shop here. Assuming I don't need any more energy, I'm not sure. Get rid of that. Let's put down another lolly and pop shop. Both of these will be making the candy canes. For the peppermint, did I mention this uses... I'm using a lot of my corrupted sands to get this to work. So yeah, I'll have the corrupted peppermint stand providing the passive peppermint for both of those lolly and pop shops. I will have Chardonnay grape stand. So I don't need to make any grapes. Pinot Noir is for the... Well, the Pinot Noir grapes is for the Pinot Noir and the table appreciations. Chardonnay grapes will be for the Chardonnay as well as the present box, because for some reason they decided that it would require 1 Chardonnay grape. I think it would be a little bit harder if it also required wooden boxes, or maybe it would make more sense because probably most of you are going to be overproducing wooden boxes anyways. So I will have 4 of these making Chardonnay, the NFT also, and just 1 of them will be making wine case. Wine case has a low craft time compared to the other stuff. These 3 cakeries in the middle here will be the ones making cake. So still waiting on lumber. Okay. All the other cakeries will be making the batter. Yeah, wooden boxes is a pain. I've heard some people can't produce enough, and some people are producing too many. It's because of the craft time. So like you need lumber for several things here, but in my case, I think I'm only going to be using lumber for the wooden boxes. Yeah, that's the only thing I use lumber on. And I don't even use all the lumber just because I don't need to use all the lumber. Like I don't need that many wooden boxes. I'm going to be overproducing wooden boxes anyways. Anything else I needed to build? Like almost everything's here. 40 minutes in. See, since I practice and like I already have an idea of what I'm going to do, this really won't be that hard. Can't remember what way that boxing facility was facing, but of course it's going to be making present box. Boxing facility NFT will reduce the craft time of all the boxing facilities. Plus that one moves like really fast. The workers just super fast. These other 2 will also make presents. As you can see, they have the 1 Chardonnay grapes passive from the Chardonnay grape stand. So I already turned on all the cakeries, all the wineries, tables of appreciation, white rice, cheese. Let me go ahead and put cheese and milk on the auto sell. If I can find them. I'll also put wooden boxes on auto sell. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start setting some of this stuff up. White rice. I'll never overproduce white rice though. It all gets turned into rice vinegar, which also doesn't get overproduced because it gets turned into cheese. Yeah, go ahead and add present box. Milk. Milk will be overproduced. I don't need to sell lumber. Most of you will probably need to put lumber on auto sell because you do need to make sure that there's wood on your lumber yards. Otherwise you can't make the grapes because the tractors need to pick up the wood from the lumber yards or wood shed, whatever you're using. Rock says, my worker has to walk across the town to collect energy for wooden box to avoid overproduction. That is probably the best way to do it, yes. You want to use that to your advantage to reduce the amount of some items that you're making, like wooden boxes, for example. There's cheese. That's like the main thing I was looking for. Go ahead and add this too. All the cakes should be getting turned into decorated cakes eventually. Brian, I don't need to auto sell. That's gonna be the only thing that's gonna be in the silo. It's should be all the items. Except for eggs. I haven't added the chicken coops yet. Am I really, is that right? Am I first place just from selling that little bit of wine? Okay. I'm getting pretty close to finishing too. Like somebody's gonna sell present boxes before me, surely. Like I'm not even going that fast. I feel like I'm going kind of slow. So I'll be using 4 Norse chicken coops for this, so it takes up a little bit less space. That's why you can see why I put my badges surrounding them. And I'm not actually going to keep the fundamental storage there. I just have it there for now because it's a good place to store some wood. I do need 2 more milk barns. Burp says, does the sommelier also decrease the craft time at the TOA? Yes, that's why it's very important to have it. It will reduce the craft time of all wines by 50%. That's not just from the wineries. It also applies to the table appreciation, which crafts the Pinot Noir. It's a huge space saver even for this, but especially for wine related metas like just pure wine. And for the spooky set, the only one I'm going to use is the ghost tracks. It reduces the craft time of the candy shops and the chocolate shops. I mostly want it for the chocolate shops. The candy shops, lollipop shops, I'm pretty sure I overproduced candy canes. Pretty sure I do. I can't remember the exact number. I took a screenshot of it though. I'll check it later. Okay, so chocolate shops, 3 of these will make chocolate bars. The other 2 will make decorated cakes. I'll go ahead and, well, I should have already done that, right? Yeah, they're already on. All right. They're all turned on, making flowers. So I'm going to put my legendary wheat stand right here. It has to be like in that spot, kind of close to the middle, because that will allow me to have this one with 1.5 passive wheat, which rounds up to 2, which lets it make flour. So that's kind of why I had to have this off-centered, like half tile, if you know what I mean. But the good thing is that I am using tiny bakeries. They only take up half a tile. So this isn't wasted space. I would just have 2 tiny bakeries here and 2 on the other side. All of the tiny bakeries will be crafting butter. So I'll have these 2 facing the storehouse. These 2 will have to walk quite some distance, but that's okay. And I'll have 2 more tiny bakeries over here. Once again, also making butter. I haven't turned on all the effect cards, I'll come back to that later. But behind these two tiny bakeries, I will have Lucy, the border collie, to reduce the craft time of the milk and the eggs. And also the pilgrim turkey statue to double the amount of ATV workers. So I'll go from 2 workers to 4 workers. I think I had them rotated facing the animals, I think. I'll double check that later. Is that it? Other than the salty salt fields, I think that's it. Let's see. Did I not turn these on? No, I didn't. I still need to make salts, otherwise it just doesn't work. And the wooden boxes, which I'll do after this. So these will make salts. Turn on all the sugar. Second place now, so somebody must have sold present boxes. No, I guess not. Okay, all those are turned on. That's turned on. Do I need any more lumber? No. So, actually, yeah, this one will still keep making lumber. For the wooden boxes, I have it rotated like that. This one, however, will be making wooden boxes. And I also want 2 more lumber mills over here making wooden boxes. These will be right next to the lumber storage, so they'll get the lumber much quickly. Or much quicker, I should say. Wooden boxes, not lumber. I almost made a mistake here. There. Wooden boxes. They have 2 passive energy from the Tesla coil right here. Okay, is that everything before I turn on the other NFTs? Sugar's on. All that is on. These should be rotated, I'm pretty sure. So I'll rotate the superb mills. So I have 4 of these superb sawmills that I placed down at the very beginning, all making oak barrels. All the oak wood comes from these 3 legendary oak tree farms and the mistletoe arch. So the craft time of oak wood is like 2 seconds. My dragon is going to be a little bit behind. In fact, I might even need to sell flour, or I could just temporarily have another dragon here just to get rid of some excess stuff. It's for a few minutes. But if I'm not mistaken, everything should be turned on. And I should be crafting present boxes soon. So it's waiting on decorated cake, which is made on these. These are waiting on cake, which I am making cake. Yeah, so I'm in the process already. Gonna go ahead and reset this. I need to turn on my effect cards. 50 minutes in, so this will be under an hour finish. So should I just do what Juxie did and turn everything on? No, of course not. Why would I do that? It would be the smarter thing to do. So Ancient Gusty Wind. Gilded Barns, already have that on. Guided Blades I will turn off. I need Guided Blades off because if I have it on, it will overproduce way too much lumber and then I'm just wasting way too much wood. So that's why I have Guided Blades turned off. There's Hasty Windmill. Bulky Lumberyard, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that one doesn't matter. I can't remember the Gourmet Delight matters. I don't think it does because it's just gonna use all the white rice anyways. Bulky Silo doesn't matter, but I'll have it on anyways. If you have the Glinting Savines or the other one, actually, no, the Glinting Savines doesn't matter. The Glinting Pinot Beans, I think, is the one that matters. I'll come back and look at it because I think that's the one for Pinot Noir. Yeah, if you have that one, you probably want to have that on, of course. I got my Mixing Scent ones. Great Woodlands, very important. Surprised I didn't already have it on. Bulky Storehouse is important. Hasty Tractor, Gifted Baker, there we go. Crafty Candy Shop. I can't remember if I had it on. I'll turn it on for now. I'm pretty sure I posted it in the Super Dub Club chat. Which ones I had off. Should be it, but let me search up. Yeah, Pinot Beans is for Pinot Noir. There we go. That's a huge help if you have this one. Well, maybe not huge, but it's a good help. Crafty Candy Shop is turned off. I just saw that. Because it's already overproducing candy canes. There we go. So Guided Blades and Crafty Candy Shops turned off. I do remember that the Thanksgiving skin, the one that reduces egg craft time by a second, I did turn it off, though I don't think it matters. It does go from 8 seconds to 9 seconds, but I actually don't even notice the difference to the egg rate, so it probably doesn't matter. So I got 4 present boxes so far. All right, let's start. Go ahead and get rid of the fundamental storage because it would slow down everything else. I mean, most of you're forced to have a lumber yard because you need wood to make the grapes, like I said earlier. But I don't need to do that, so I don't need the fundamental storage there. Okay, so less than an hour finish. I think, pretty sure that's it. I feel like there's probably something I'm missing here, because it was kind of a simple build. Some rotations might be off though. Like I might still need to fix that. Apparently my ATVs were not rotated. Thought they were. Actually not sure if anybody needed stars and stripes in the guild, but I'll go ahead and add it there anyways. Okay. So the mill making lumber right here. If I had guided blades turned on, the craft time would be 1 second. Since I don't have it turned on, the craft time is 5 seconds. It does make a big difference. This should only be making about 250 lumber per hour. somewhere around there. And the reason why I have the lumber storage so far away is to also slow down the lumber rate. See, it already has 5 wood and it's still making its way over here, so it does slow it down a good amount. But since it's far away, that also means that the ones that are crafting wooden boxes are a little slower. That's why I have 3 mills crafting wooden boxes here. And yeah, because I don't have guided blades turned on, I pretty much need 4 of these crafting oak burrows instead of 3. So yeah, it slows that down a bit, but this is way better than wasting like 1,500 extra wood on lumber. Because if I did have guided blades turned on, it makes over 500 lumber per hour, even though like the lumber storage is over here. Like it's a significant difference. Forgot to turn that one on, but that's making battery. I still do need to rotate the legendary tree farms. That does affect my wood rate. So like I'm using almost all the wood. Only lose a little bit, but I definitely do need to fix that. Present box at 103, that's already looking pretty good. Okay. Just need some time to stabilize, but let me rotate these first. By default, whenever you place down the legendary tree farm NFTs, it always faces south. Unless you have an extra road, I guess, and it should face the road. So I need to rotate all of these twice. What was my wood rate? It was... 11.4k, okay. The heck? Okay. I think that one's already facing the road. No, I think I'm wrong. It still doesn't face the road. Now it should be facing it. Jeez, you can barely tell. Okay. "12-second craft time." I thought it was 11. Hmm. Alright, I'm gonna reset the production monitor again. The wood rate is going up now that I fixed the tree farms. So it should be producing more flour, sugar, salt now, and milk and eggs. I guess if you need your guild nuked, just tag Isma on the town start discussion in the Gala Games Discord, and he should be able to fix it for you if he's available. Because the captain needed his guild nuked, and it seems like he got that resolved pretty quickly. That's cool. I must not have... Yeah, I didn't put eggs on auto, so that makes sense. So let's do that now. Yeah, so wood went from 11,200-ish to 12,500, a 10% jump just by rotating the legendary tree farms. Most of these rates look close, not the present box rate, that takes a little bit more to fix itself, but a lot of these other numbers look close to what they should be. But yeah, I gotta give it like 5 or 10 minutes, so it's gonna be the real test now. Oh, yeah, it fits here, right? Yeah, it does. Dub trophy. I have like almost no space to spare here. I probably could have done a better job if I did more subgrid and like not this many roads, because yeah, it is a bunch of roads. But I like it looking clean like this. I think I do have a shot at top 10 on this one. I wouldn't say it's guaranteed, even with all these NFTs. But I do have a good shot. I could probably end like 9th or 10th place if I had to guess. And I don't think I like ever get top 10 on metas that require windmills. It's because I don't have any bright winds or salt stations. Wow. I drank almost all my water too. It's okay, you guys didn't see that. Finished all my water. So how's everybody doing so far? Dang, 10 times my rate? Yeah, probably 10 times most people's rate. And if somebody's out there doing no NFTs, a no NFT build, probably 20 times your rate. Reloading? Well, I didn't even have to reload at all on this one. That's like part of the reason I try to do this slowly so I don't have to refresh it. Because I could place stuff down way faster, it's just that I'm scared about having to refresh the game. Don't want to deal with that. Eddie says, barely got any practice again. Winging it on the edge. This one is a difficult one to wing, especially if you don't, or if you haven't done stack box for the anything goes competitions. So good luck, Eddie. Now I know you have several NFTs, so it's not going to be like insane, but yeah. But hey, that could be fun to do also. Could take all day though. Yeah. Mr. Drupa says, just finished now. One of my fastest build, I think. Yeah, I mean, it was faster than I thought it was going to be too. Like, I didn't have to build the mixed intent and sauce facility for one. So there's a couple of buildings here that are NFCs that I just didn't have to deal with. Like, cash-wise. So that's why the build cost really wasn't that high. Herb says, just finished now, like a minute ago. So everybody seems to have finished. Not everybody. That's not right. Some people here seem to have finished within the hour mark, just about. Am I really second? Oh wow, look at that. Old Town's only beating me by a little bit. Now he is gonna pass me up. I already know his rate. So Old Town's definitely gonna pass me up. But I am apparently the second person to sell present boxes, so that's cool. Rachel says, Wright's daily challenge is not letting me collect reward even after reload a bunch of times. Anyone else have that problem? Oh yeah, I did see your comment right before I started streaming. I did it last night, so I didn't have any issues. I've only ever had that issue with it kicking you out when you try to claim it. If you already claimed it, and then you come back in and try to claim it again, then it just kicks you out. So I don't know if you remember already doing it or not. I would assume you would remember that. But if it's kicking you out even on the first try, that's really strange. I shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, I can't think of some other reason why that would happen. Oh. Not sure if anybody else is having that issue either. Alina says, I had it when I have acquired the Navy. The golden one, you mean? Because the gold badges do give 1 town point. So if you just bought the gold badge, for example, and you try to do your daily challenge and put the badge in there, and it's still, like, it might still be on cooldown. But usually it doesn't kick you out. It gives you a message saying your NFT is on cooldown. It just doesn't tell you which NFT, right? But you would get a cooldown message. Rachel says, yeah, I did it on the first try. We'll see if I get the rewards tonight. Okay. Hopefully, right? It works on the first try. Alina says, yeah, it took like 2 days. Oh. Supposedly it's only 24 hours, but depending on what times you do it, yeah, it could be 2 days. Well, the cake rate here is good. The wine case is a little too high, but I must have still had stuff on storage. I'll give it a few more minutes. It's not going to be perfectly accurate, so because I'm sure I still had some stuff on the storage. Also, I don't need both of these dragons. This tile right here, I actually don't even need it at all. So like I could put another tree farm here. A salt field wouldn't really do anything. I don't think a tree farm would do anything either. Like I should be good with these legendary tree farms. I could put down like the Christmas tree, but like I don't need to. Anyone else here doing ice blocks? That's a good question too. I was wondering that. Though based on that little poll that I did on my channel, still seems like most people are gonna do present box. I really did think ice blocks had a better shot than well, what I'm thinking now. Seeing as people figured out how to do 5 per hour with no NFTs required, that definitely does beat the ice block build, at least with no NFTs. For some reason, somebody only had a crystal reindeer and like nothing else. The present box would still probably beat it, but the ice block build would come closer. The thing is, it still takes a long ass time to finish the ice block build. That is the problem. They did release that blog about the changes to the founder node distribution. I'm gonna see if I can find it again. I know, I do know who shared it. I'm assuming it's public info somewhere, since they made a blog about it. So I would say probably a lot of people don't care, like you don't own founder nodes, right? Maybe some of you watching do own founder nodes. I would assume by now you already know what's going to be happening, because like this is a discussion that's been going on in Gala Gold for like over a month. So there are also some people that don't pay attention to Gala Gold at all. What's your best guess on top 50 rates? Top 50 rates. 30 or 35 per hour. At least 30 per hour present box. 35 probably to be safe. That's my guess on top 50. Because I was thinking top 25 is going to be like 50 to 60 per hour, around that range. Because like, I mean, I'm doing... Did I say what my rate was going to be? My rate should be 112 per hour. So like I would think top 10 is probably like at least 100 per hour. That's my guess. Founder node news. I found the blog. I'm just gonna pull it up right here. Oh yeah, let me make sure it actually pulls up. Change this up. Node. Okay. I skimmed through it. I don't actually own a founder's node, but like obviously this is a pretty big change for anybody who does own a founder's node, because they're changing the way the requirements for distribution. I believe you still need to run the founder's node on like your server or a VPS, right? Like I don't know too much about that, but if you have a founder's node, you're running it somewhere, right? So starting on June 16th, next Monday, you will need to hold Gala in order to qualify for your distribution of rewards from the founder's node. And you don't actually get the full distribution unless you're holding 1 million Gala, which is a hell of a lot, 1 million Gala, right? You don't actually need to hold all 1 million. So if you're holding 100,000 Gala, you would get 10% of the reward, I assume. It doesn't specify that completely, but it does say you need to hold, to receive 100% of the rewards, you would need to hold 1 mil Gala, but if you hold less, you'll receive rewards proportional to the amount held, so you can make an assumption. You hold 100k Gala, you get 10% of the reward. Right now, you only need to just hold the Gala. It can be in your... I do believe it has to be in your Gala chain wallet or your allowance. It does say it can be in your allowance. Don't know if it can be in your Ethereum wallets. I heard somebody ask that. I don't know if they got confirmation on that. The blog only says it has to be on your Gala chain wallet or Gala chain allowance. Yeah, 1 million Gala is a lot. That's right now that's probably like 17k right now. What if you own more than one node? I believe this is on a per node basis. So if you hold 3 nodes, you would get the maximum reward from all 3 nodes for if you're holding 3 million Gala, right? For example. So there used to be a requirement. This was brought up a lot also because of this discussion. There was a requirement where if there was less than 20,000 nodes running, then nobody would get rewards or something like that. Like, once again, I don't own a founder's node, so like I wasn't here back then when they made all these rules. But this rule is being removed because obviously most people suspect that you're probably not going to have 20,000 founder nodes running now that they're implementing these rules. Some people that might not have 1 million Gala, but maybe they have like 50,000 Gala or something, they're probably not going to want to run their node. It really depends on what the rewards are going to look like, because more than likely the distributions will go up, but less people will be getting those bigger distributions, if that makes sense. So just in case there's less than 20,000 nodes running now, they will remove this rule where there needed to be 20,000 nodes in order for everyone to get rewards. So Gala will be distributed regardless how many nodes are running. So if there's only 1 node running, that person gets all the Gala. That will never happen though. There will be a new token called G-Stake. This is relevant because in the future, don't know exactly when, it says phase 2 or phase 3. In the future, as in supposedly later this year, there will be a way to burn NFTs that you don't care about in order to get this G-Stake token. And instead of holding Gala, you can just hold G-Stake. And that will allow you to qualify for more rewards from your founder's node. I think I missed it here, but at first you only need to hold 1 mil Gala, you know, for the full rewards in your Gala chain wallet or allowance, but the next phase would require you to lock that Gala. So you would have to lock that Gala up for a certain period of time, and then you would qualify for rewards. I don't think we have all the info here. Like, I'm not sure how long you would lock it up, but that's basically staking. They do want you to stake your Gala or your G-Stake token, and that would determine how many rewards you're going to get as far as distributions go from the founders nodes. But the G-Stake token is interesting because it will let you burn your useless NFTs if you happen to have any. I don't know which NFTs qualify. The thing is, if you're trying to do this whole G-Stake stuff, like burn your useless NFTs for G-Stake tokens, these G-Stake tokens might have value, right? Because they have utility. You'd use this instead of Gala to get your founders node rewards. But in order to burn your NFT, you're also going to have to burn a certain amount of Gala, like 10% of what it's worth. So I give a quick example. If they do let us burn the town hall for some reason, I don't think they would, because it was a rebate NFT. But if they do let you burn the town hall and they count it as a $100 NFT or $10, they probably count it as a $10 NFT because that's what it actually costs. You would have to burn $1 worth of Gala and the town hall, and you would get $10 worth of G-Stake tokens. So you can use that towards your requirements for the rewards. It may sound very tricky, but that's like the way it's explained here. 1 G-Stake token would be worth the same as 1 Gala. Oh yeah, that's in terms of like rewards for the founders. No, that's right. Okay. Probably would have been a better way to explain this, but that's the way it's explained. Yeah, so G-Stake will be minted on demand by converting eligible NFT exchanges or purchases with Gala. Basically, you have to burn certain NFTs. Details on the eligible NFTs and their conversion values will be provided prior to phase 2 launch. Some people were thinking like there are some Mirandus NFTs like the boats, which were sold on the Gala store for a bunch of freaking money. Like, couldn't you just burn that and get all of the G stake that you need for your founders node? Like, we don't know, it's just all speculation until they actually provide us a list of how much G stake tokens you would actually get from burning those NFTs. And also all the Walking Dead NFTs, which are basically useless now, like you could burn those supposedly and get G stake tokens from those. So they will have at least a tiny bit of value because you can do that. We just don't know how much G stake tokens they'll actually give people. Probably not a whole lot. Like it'll probably be based off the prices that they sold them for on the Gala game store recently, because I know they were selling like ancient heroes for like $300 when back then they were worth so much more than that. G stake will be on Gala chain, so it'll be tradable, is basically what that says. So the phase 1, where you have to hold 1 million Gala to get full rewards from your founders node, that starts on June 16th. Phase 2 introduces G stake and the ability to burn NFTs basically for G stake. They're aiming for late June. I highly doubt that, but it should come out in the near future. It just seems too soon, that's why I doubt it. Phase 3 will require you to actually stake or lock your Gala or G stake. That's what it says. So you don't just have to hold it, you have to stake it. So you can't use your tokens while they're locked. That'll be phase 3. I guess that is later this year. That'll come after the G stake stuff. So that's cool. I thought it was before for some reason. Phase 4, G stake lending program. Share your surplus G stake to other node operators in exchange for a share of their rewards. So basically like a safe way to stake your tokens with a friend or somebody that you know that has a node and that they don't have enough Gala or G stake tokens to claim their full reward from their node. So this will be a safe way for you to cooperate with them, from my understanding. So like those of you who don't own a founders node, you might still be able to get founders rewards, founder node reward distributions. If you have NFTs you don't care about that you want to burn or G stake, and then you use that G stake token with somebody that you know that has a founders node, and you'll be able to get some of those rewards. Hopefully I explained it as well as I could, but that's what the blog said. I'm not gonna really read the bottom part here. Something about we appreciate the support of the node owners, but clearly people are upset about this change. Whether it's for the best or not, who the heck knows? We'll see once it's actually implemented and how it goes for the next couple of months. Some people are speculating that the rewards are going to be very high now for founders nodes. But obviously you need to hold a bunch of Gala to actually qualify for the full reward. That's the catch. There's always a catch there. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I don't have a founders node. I still don't intend to get one. I do like the idea of burning NFTs for the G stake token. I thought that was a good idea. I also do think the rewards will be big, at least at the start, but that's just pure speculation, so we'll see how that goes. Folks says, hey Dub, sorry to pester on you on a Townstar stream about EPX, but any chance you could possibly explain how the support thing works in the guild? Am I supposed to click on support all? Whenever you're playing the game, next to the guild icon, usually this little pop-up will come out with, what does it look like? Let me get on, because support the time. Yeah, the little banner with the hands. So you can just click on that and it'll support everyone. That's the quick way to do it. You could also just click guild and then click support and then all support. It's the same thing. Either of those buttons work to support everyone. So the simplest way to do it is just whenever that banner with the hands pop up, you just click that. That supports everyone that needs support. So that's all you have to do. Yeah, you're welcome. I wonder... I haven't watched Wookiee's videos in a bit, but he usually does good videos talking about the actual Gala founder node stuff since he owns founder nodes. Or he probably already made a video on it. I just haven't watched it. I do remember he made a video talking about the news. But I think that was a couple weeks ago. That wasn't the blog we just read. Folks says, sweet, the name disappeared and I thought I messed it up. Thanks. You're welcome. Nah, yeah, that's how you actually do it. Let's look at my production monitor here now that it's been running for over 20 minutes. Batter close to 339. That means cakes will be close to 113. Butter's close to 660. Which means my batter should only be 330. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like the butter should actually be a little higher than that, but alright. That's definitely enough for 330 batter, so 110 cakes. Alright. Candy canes at 267. This only needs to be about like 220 something, so that's good. So we're producing decorated cakes at 111, just about. Definitely going to be over 110, so that's good. Chardonnay and Pinot Noir are both over 220, so that's definitely fine. They combine to make about 140 wine cases. Yeah, that sounds about right. Actually, it should be a little lower than that, but it should be 130 wine cases, but I only need 110-ish to get all of the present boxes. Cheese at 250, I only need about 220 something, so that's good. Chocolate bars, I only need about 330 something, so definitely overproducing that. Eggs and milk, I'll overproduce, but that's fine. Making enough flour, sugar, and salt for everything. Oak barrels and glass bottles. I use just about all of them, but that's because I overproduced Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. I'm using all the rice vinegar for the cheese, yeah. Those numbers are correct for, of course, white rice and rice vinegar. The wood rate probably is correct. Wooden box is about 150, I remember that, so that's right. So it's showing 109 present box. I ran this for like almost half a day, and it was showing 112 present box. So this should be doing 112 present box, so I don't see anything wrong with it. The numbers seem to add up. Butter's a little off. But I'm assuming that'll fix itself eventually. Regardless, even if it's just 110 per hour, that's good enough. What's his channel? I usually just search up Dr. Wookie and it pops up, so let me see. I wonder if he has made another video about the founder node. He usually makes videos on different projects though. Oh, can I just show? Yeah, I can just show it. Dr. Wookie I would recommend if you're trying to find out more about actual crypto projects. But I was referring to this video about the 1 million Gala stake now required for founders nodes. I'm sure he talks about this change quite a bit. This was 3 weeks ago, so it doesn't include the new info that I was just talking about in that blog. So I don't know how much speculation is in there, right? Because that's kind of all we could do 3 weeks ago. It was just pure speculation in the Gala Gold channel about what the heck's actually going to happen with this change. But yeah, his channel name is Real Dr. Wookie, but I'm pretty sure you just search up Dr. Wookie and it pops up. Or maybe you actually get channels about real doctors, I don't know. But I think he is a real doctor, I'm not sure. Last thing I do here. There we go. I'll probably only stream a couple more minutes and then eat my lunch. I mean, it's past lunchtime, right? Third base. They'll catch up. Yeah, Zebor will catch up too. I know Zebor will. Yeah, it looks clean for sure. I think so too. Thank you. Probably could have been more efficient if it was messier, but I like my designs to look clean. What? What the heck? I'll check that later. Always neat towns. I like it. Thank you. Who needs to win when you can make pretty looking towns, right? Ain't that the goal of the game? I think there's supposed to be another update for Miranda soon. At least that's what somebody said. I didn't actually hear an official announcement about that. Somebody had said that. I gotta watch that the town hall. I missed it. They just posted the video on it yesterday. The May town hall. This one's the one I'm talking about, so I'll watch that later. But I've heard their updates on the dragon. Ross dragon. Don't think that's what people expected. They thought it was going to be a dragon that shoots fireballs. I think this will maybe shoot ice shards or something. So I'm not really sure how the whole dragon will play into like Miranda's and Townstar still. It sounds like you would need to merge your 10 vouchers to create a new NFT. Maybe that once you do that, you can't actually use the dragon in Townstar anymore, and you can only use that new Frost dragon in Miranda's. So you might have to pick and choose. We're not sure. I mean, like, I guess that maybe that's part of the reason why I have 2 dragons right now. Might have to sacrifice one for the pet. If it's worth it, we'll see. I mean, it's kind of seems like a better idea to just have the dragon in Downstar. Still very good. Ah, okay. All right. I will. If that's what you want, dude, I will do that. There we go. Isma says, if anybody has problems with previous node owner guild, send me a DM with your Gala user ID, and I can pass that down to the new officer to reset the guild. Guess I'll also forward that to my Discord. Take a screenshot real quick. Okay, that was me. Screenshot noise. Although I think he has his direct messages closed, you might have to send him a friend request, because I think that's what Captain had to do. Let me type that out. If he has direct messages closed, try pinging him and sending him a friend request. Did I miss the did I miss an AMA, or like I knew the AMA was coming, but did I miss it, or like am I missing something? I can't really talk about it because I don't even know if it's public info. Where did you get this? Blue Fawn, hello, thank you so much for setup. You're welcome, I think? What setup? Well, yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well in the competition. But like I said, I'll probably only stream a couple more minutes. I did miss it. Okay, I did miss an AMA. Ah, it happened. I missed it. Oh, I don't own a founder's note. That's why. That's why I can't even. So technically, it's not public information. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, what's this dude talking about? Some AMA? There's no AMA. It's a secret AMA. That's the thing. If you don't have the founder's note rule, you probably would not have been alerted about it. Okay. Jufi says clean and efficient town. Nice raid. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see if this is a top 10 contender. I think so. I mean, given all the corrupted sends I have, there are people that are still going to do very well who might not even have all the corrupted sends. But they do have other stuff. Like I said, I don't have the Bright Winds and Salt Stations, but I still got a good shot at this. So I am going to leave it like this at the 110. Supposedly should be making 112, but maybe it might only make 110 here. If I can figure out why the butter rate's not higher than 660, then I'll fix it. I probably will have to just reset the production monitor again and try to figure out what's going on here. Salt should be like 1350. I noticed that it's not that high, so I think it's salt that's the issue. Wait a minute. This windmill should be rotated like this. That probably was the issue right there. Good thing I caught that. I don't know why I just caught that, but yeah. Okay, that windmill was probably the issue. Fix it now. So I'll reset the production monitor right before I end the stream. Do you play any other games like GU? I mean, play turn, of course. No, not really. I mean, you could say the other Gala games, Eternal Paradox and Champions Arena, they're technically play to earn. So the main one I play is Townstar. But no, I don't play any other ones either. So many dubs in there. Oh, I bet. That's a nice sight. There it is. That's a lot of dubs, you're right. Well, if they ever do bring back the guild competitions, at this point, our dub guild has a good shot. It's still going to be difficult to compete with the well, the other guild, which I don't know what they're going to name it, right? Because it's like a merge of KAG and TSM, I think, or Syndicate. I think they changed their name. Sorry. It's kind of a merge of both of those guilds, you know, since Pyramid and Nacho will be working together. So it'll be Dub versus the other top players, I think, if there was to be another guild competition like we had at that one time, or those several times. I mean, the first guild competition was the one that gave us the trophies. Still very happy to have the Dub trophy in the game. That's awesome. Blue Font says, question, you have NFT mills? Yeah, I do. With normal, it would take more time to work or make the same setup as you have, and I would be lower than 1200. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. This build is like almost impossible to copy because of all the NFTs required. But these only really save me maybe 3 or 4 spots. Because I have 4 mills in one spot. They do move faster, so that might help me save another spot too. This is about the same as having 5 regular lumber mills. But then you also have to account for, like, are you using a legendary styling right that gives you passive iron, because it might not reach 5 mills, depending on your placement. Also, the regular lumber mills cast shade. So, I mean, these are nice to have. I wouldn't really recommend them though. But I don't know what setup you're trying to do, but I don't think it would work with having 5 regular mills right here. It would have to be a different setup. Also, I don't have guided blades turned on, but like if you happen to have that NFT and maybe you want to have it turned on, right? So there's just like too much context that I don't know there. But I think anybody that's still watching, right? Like if you want to get top 1200, I do believe you want to aim for at least 4 present boxes worth of points, because like some of you might be making ice blocks and you have a crystal reindeer or something, so that could still work. But yeah, if you're doing present boxes, you want to aim for at least 4 per hour, but it does seem like 5 per hour is achievable with no NFTs. And even 6 per hour is achievable if you have a very good setup, it seems. All right, thanks so much for explaining. Do you have a setup without NFTs here? I don't right now. I want to create one, but it won't be ready right now. And it won't even be my creation, actually. I have somebody who's nice enough to share it, which I will make a video about that one, but I don't have that prepared yet. So for this competition, the people who happen to practice for it and have a design ready to go, they will probably have a better shot, since I'm not sharing one that everybody could use right away. At least that's what people think. I mean, that should be the case. We'll see. If you have no idea on what to do, you're gonna have to try to wing it. I mean, that's the thing for the people who didn't practice. It does kind of suck, but that's your only solution now, is to try to figure it out while the competition is ongoing. Not the most competitive thing to do, but that's all you can do now. I'm just scrolling around Discord seeing if there was anything else. Probably was something else I was going to talk about, but I don't remember. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to ask. Any last questions? Why is it lagging? That's kind of normal though. It always lags. Like, it's even laggy for me. Usually happens when I place a bunch of buildings. But yeah, the game is kind of laggy. Though it wasn't as laggy as it could be. Like, I didn't have to refresh the game or anything, but like, the game is laggy. I'm gonna do this, I guess. I'll have it zoomed in. Did the salt rate go up? A little bit. Yeah, I would have to reset the projection monitor to see if that's right. Alina says, that's what I always do. That's why I am trying to get on 401. Need to upgrade PC? That might help. Possibly. So like, I know if I try to run the game on my laptop, it's just way too damn slow. I get like 6 frames per second. And if I try to record or stream while running the game, I get like 1 or 2 frames per second. It's insane. I know, because I tried once. I actually only streamed on Discord that one time that my computer messed up and I did the competition on my laptop. It was so damn slow. I cannot stream with that laptop. That's why I never really tried. I could get like a better laptop and that'll probably be okay. I just don't want to. So I have this computer now. It's fine. It's not even a new computer anymore. Wasn't even like the best, but it was an improvement. So there's that. Oh yeah, one last thing. 'Cause it was Nacho that posted this on his Discord, but I think some people will bring up the idea of a Gala bank where there are some people out there with founders nodes, right? They don't have a million Gala to get the full distribution. If you have a community with trusted players, you could just have somebody send their Gala to somebody that has the founders node, run it, and then they get the full distributions, and then they just share the distribution that you're supposed to get because of the amount of Gala you let them borrow. And by doing that, you can all get Gala distributions, but somebody has to hold all the Gala. That's the thing. You really would have to trust that person with your Gala, and it's risky. I mean, it's like a bank, but like we're talking about just people here. Like, I'm not sure if there's some dub guild members that will end up doing that. We'll see. But I know a couple of people who have founders nodes, and they obviously don't have the 1 million Gala per node. So I thought that was an interesting idea, but it's still like a very risky thing. And I don't own any founders nodes, so it doesn't really make sense for me to do that. But yeah, that's a cool idea. It's like, you know, you really have to trust this person. That's a great idea, yeah. But that's just the thing. You really have to trust the person for now. Eventually, there'll be a safe way to do it. Like I explained in the blog, they said phase 4, there'll be a way to stake on somebody else's node. But for the time being, I guess some people would just have to trust each other and just let somebody hold the Gala so they can get more rewards and then share them with you. So yeah, that's a cool idea. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm resetting the production monitor now. I want to let it run and see the butter rate gets fixed, so it'll fix the decorated cake rate. And yeah, I'll leave this running. Thankfully, I don't have to have it on the whole time, so I'll definitely put this offline later tonight. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat something. I need to finish the Mario Party game that I was playing with my girlfriend on the Switch. We didn't get to finish that. And I'm gonna go to the movies later tonight as well. So I already got stuff planned. But as always, I'll be on the Discord. If anybody has any questions about anything, we can chat there. Thank you all for being here. Rachel says thanks for hanging out. Thank you for being here, Rachel. Thank you, everyone. See you all later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.